PLC self-locking program experiment. Open Siemens 200 software on the computer. Open program file. TB240812S01 can be seen in the U-disk. This is the program. Open PLC program. Brief introduction to PLC program. PLC program is equivalent to making two major sections of program. The first section is input 0 has input. Output 1 and output 0. Output 0 is maintained. After input 1 has input, the output stops, which is equivalent to using it to make a start-stop control. When input 0 has a signal, output 0 has an output and is maintained. Afterwards, when input 1 has a signal, input 0 stops. This is the first section of the program. The second section of the program is to make a jog program. When input 2 has input, output 1 has output. Input 3 when there is input, output 2 has output. At the same time, an interlock is made between output 1 and output 2. This is the introduction of the program. Take a look at the wiring of the PLC hanging box. The hanging box has been powered on. This is the power hanging box. This is the PLC hanging box. Connect the wires first. Now this hanging box is 220 electricity, supply 220 power to the 24 volts hanging box, and then convert it to 24 volts electricity, and then supply 24 volts electricity to the PLC. The first program is a start-stop circuit for control through PLC. That is, the first button enter I0 through the normally open point of this button. Enter I1 through the second button of I0. The output of Q0 is given to the solenoid valve, which is equivalent to the solenoid valve having output after pressing SB1. After pressing SB2, the solenoid valve stops. This is the first program. In the second program, SB1 and SB2 are connected to I2 and I3 respectively. The output uses Q1 and QR2. Q1 uses this two-way valve. Q1 controls one direction, Q2 controls another direction. It is equivalent to pressing SB1. This direction has electricity. Press when SB2, there is electricity in the other direction. This is the general principle. Now start wiring. Next, connect the 220 power supply. At this time, the 24 volts power supply has electricity. The following is the wiring of the PLC. First, connect the I input terminal. The normally open point of the first button is connected to I0.0. The normally open point of the second button is connected to I0.1. Then connect the common end of the two buttons to 24 volts. Connect the common end of the first button to 24 volts. Then connect the common end of the second button to 24 volts. Connect the input end of the PLC first. Then connect the output end. The first experiment only uses one output end, which is Q0.0. Q0.0 is the output end. Directly connect to the solenoid valve. Now connect the common terminal of the PLC input terminal. You also need to connect the 0 volt of the solenoid valve and the 0 volt of the power supply. Connect the 0 volt of the solenoid valve. Finally, start connecting the power supply of the PLC. Connect 24 volts. Connect L+. Connect 0 volt. You can see that the PLC has been powered on. Connect the power supply of the PLC output terminal L+ and 2M. After the wires are connected, you can also simply check whether the wires are connected correctly or not. That is, once you press SB1, the indicator light will light up, indicating that the wire is correct. Press SB2 I0.1, light is on, input is correct. PLC is now in a disabled state. Put the program online first. Check the computer. Use the network cable and computer to confirm that it is connected to the hanging box. This software has been opened just now. Put the PLC online first. Click this PLC. You can search for PLC. You may need to search for PLC the first time. This software is different when it is used for the first time. First, select the network card. Select Communication Interface is the communication interface. Select from this communication interface. Now I am using a wired network card. Just now I selected a wireless network card. Should be a wired network card. After clicking just now, it will come out now. It will come out automatically. The PLC that the computer is connecting to now. 192.168.0.11. Click OK. This is the connected PLC information. You can run the PLC first. Click Yes. Now the PLC it is in the running state. Monitor the program online. This is a monitoring button for the program status. After clicking it, you can see that the normally closed point is running. Now the program is running normally. You can take a look at the button. As I have just introduced, the general principle of the program is that when you press SB1, there will be output and the solenoid valve will work. When you press SB2, stop. When you press SB1, the light is on. Q0.0 has output and the solenoid valve has also moved, which means that there is output when you press SB1. When you press SB2, you can see that it stops again. This is to make a start-stop circuit. Take a look at the program monitoring. When you press SB1, Q0 has output, Q0 is kept, and after releasing it, Q0 is held. Press SB2, Q0 stops output. This is the principle of this program.